Namaskar. Good morning. To warm welcome to the distinguished guest organizers, fellow academicians, researchers, industry professionals and policymakers joining us from across globe. It is my privilege to be a part of Global Edu-conclave 2025 jointly organized by Green Thinkers I2OR, Western Sydney University and several esteemed institutions. I thank the organizers of the honoring to deliver a keynote on the theme Interdisciplinary Research for a Sustainable Future. This occasion is even more meaningful as we celebrate Teachers' Day, reminding us of the role of educators and researchers play in shaping not just knowledge but the very future of humanity. So we live in an era unprecedentedly global challenges. We have a lot of global challenges. So in that context, we need to talk about why sustainability and interdisciplinarity. We live in an era of unprecedented global challenges: climate change, resource depletion, food insecurity, water scarcity, energy transition, digital divide and public health crisis. So none of these problems can be solved within the boundaries of the single discipline. So for the instance, we can talk about the climate change. It's not just an environmental problem, it is an economic and technical and technological, political, social problem. So similarly, we can talk about the sustainable cities require architects, engineers, data scientists, social scientists and policymakers to work together. So we need a sustainability as well as interdisciplinarity. So in this way, interdisciplinary research is not an option, it is necessary for doing the sustainability. Sustainability demands that engineers speak the language of economists, computer scientists, collaborate with psychologists and environmentalists as a co-create with policymakers. So what is the role of interdisciplinary research? So with an example, let me explain. Let me illustrate with some examples of interdisciplinary approaches driving this sustainability today. Smart agriculture. We can take smart agriculture, combining IoT, AI, social science and economics to create precision farming solution that reduce water and fertilizer use while increasing crop yield. If you talk about the healthcare and technology, if you are going with the wearable devices, smart devices, AI-driven diagnostics and biotechnology working together make healthcare and how we are going to access the healthcare devices predictive and sustainable. And third example, we can say clean energy transition. So material sciences, electrical engineering and policy studies intersect to scale the renewable energy solutions like solar, wind and hydrogen economics. So when we talk about the education and sustainability, pedagogy, psychology and digital technologies come together to ensure equitable access to quality education worldwide. So for example, urban resilience in smart cities, civil engineering, data analytics, behavioral science, these and all the different framework. So we have to collaborate to each other to create a livable and low carbon cities. So in each cases, so we can see the big breakthroughs happen not when discipline works in isolation, but when they integrate with their strengths in holistic solutions. So far we going for interdisciplinary sustainability. Education, research, transformation. If you want to talk about the research point of view, to foster into interdisciplinary sustainability research, we must reimagine our education system, funding, and how it will be collaborated. Education system, our curricula must break soils. So students of engineering should study social science, management student, and should learn data science. Environmental science must integrate with economics. So research point of view, so how the funding agency must encourage collaborative grants across departments and countries. No single lab can tackle the sustainability alone. It requires a global network. So in the point of industry-academia collaboration, solution must be beyond the theory. Startups, industries and universities must co-develop technologies that are the scalable and affordable. Policy support. Policymakers must create a framework where create the translated into an action, bridging the gap between knowledge and the implementation. So if we can talk about the future version, how we can call to that into an action as we look into the future, let us envision a world where we are. Artificial intelligence and sustainable agriculture to feed the planet without exhausting resources. Renewable energy, power sources, just as cities but rural areas, ensuring the equity and justice. So healthcare is both personalized and sustainable, reducing the global disparities. So education leverages digital platform to empower even the remotest learners. So global collaboration create not just technology but shared responsibility for the humanity well-being. The future sustainability is not isolated innovations but in connected ecosystem. So each of us, whether as a researcher or an educator, a policymaker or a citizen, plays a vital role. So the question is not can we achieve a sustainable future, but rather will we unite across disciplines to achieve it in time. So to conclude, I want to emphasize sustainability is not a single discipline problem, it is a human problem. Only through the interdisciplinary, each and global corporation can we build a sustainable, equitable and thriving world for future generation. So on this Teachers' Day, let us recommit ourselves not only to teaching knowledge but also to nurturing wisdoms, collaboration and responsibility in our students, the leaders of tomorrow. So here lot of problems we can say about the stories of interdisciplinaries. Let me share with you a few powerful stories of how the interdisciplinary research is shaping our future. Fighting climate change with the AI. So not only with the data scientist or meteorologist and the social scientist are working together to predict extreme weather, so helping farmers and government prepare. So far that we need all together to collaborate and working together to fight with the climate change with AI. COVID-19 response. So in the pandemic period, we know well how it thought as the medicines alone could not solve the crisis. It is required epidemiology, logistics, digital communication and psychology, an example of interdisciplinary action to save the lives. So far we discussed about the interdisciplinary, how it is important. Towards that we are going for this conclave. So as I conclude, I want to leave with you a simple message. A sustainable future will not be built by isolated efforts. It will be built through interconnected minds, collaborative hearts and shared responsibility. Let us pledge today as a researcher, educator and global citizen to break down walls between disciplines and to build bridges of knowledge. On the Teacher's Day, let us remember a true teacher does not teach facts but connects idea, people, and generation. Thank you, Global Edu-conclave 2025, for this opportunity. May this gathering inspire many more collaboration that will shape a brighter, sustainable future. Thank you.